ranking every animated movie releasing next year by how excited I am for them. In last place is very easily Angry Birds 3. I cannot believe this movie franchise is still going. Like, I used to play the Angry Birds games back in elementary school. I've now graduated from college. And what's really crazy is that the second Angry Birds movie came out 7 years ago in 2019. It would have been so easy to just let this franchise die and fizzle out, but I guess they're going to keep milking it. In eighth place is the new animated Cat in the Hat movie. Now, I do love the casting choice of Bill Hader playing him. That is an absolutely legendary decision based off of that one skit. And honestly, I don't know why it's this low on the list. I just have a gut feeling that this is not going to be a very good film in any capacity. At number 7 is Go, a new original animated movie about a goat who wants to become the greatest player of all time at a sport named Rollerball. Caleb McLaughlin, who I'm sure you recognize as Lucas from Stranger Things, is actually going to be the voice of the main character in the movie, which I am excited to see. I do think he's a good actor. I just haven't seen him in many things outside of Stranger Things yet, but hopefully this can be a big success for him. And it is being made by Sony Pictures Animation, who obviously have a very good track record lately, so hopefully this is another banger. We just gotta wait and see. At number 6, another new original movie, this time from Disney. It's called Hexxed. All we really know about this movie is that it's about this teenage boy and his mom, and they kind of discover the reason he's so weird and awkward is because he actually has magical powers, and it opens him up to this whole new magical world. Now again, it's kind of hard to judge this movie because we don't even have a first look or image of this film or anything like that. All we know is what I just told you about it, but that does kind of sound right up my alley. I love stories about magic, and I feel like Disney Animation is on a bit of a comeback tour lately. Zootopia 2 was just incredible, so hopefully this movie can be really good and get Disney Studios back to form. At number 5, we have Pixar's new movie Hoppers, which is essentially like the same story as Avatar, where the scientist learns how to transfer her consciousness into the mind of an animal, this time a beaver, and the trailer even makes a joke about how it's so similar to Avatar. Now I'm not gonna lie, the trailer doesn't really do anything for me. I'm not even loving this animation style particularly, but I'm kind of just putting my faith in Pixar as a whole here. They have been very consistent for so many years in a row, and I hope this is another new original property that can get off the ground so we don't have to rely on so many sequels going forward. Now, before the top 4, make sure to drop a quick like and follow on this video, and let me know what animated movie you're most excited for next year. At number 4 is Coyote versus Acme. This movie is finally going to be getting a release date. This is like a hybrid animated live action movie, obviously with Coyote from the Looney Tunes, which I grew up watching the Looney Tunes. I'll always have a soft spot for them in my heart. Now, if you don't know the story of this movie, pretty much Warner Brothers was going to use this as a tax write-off and just never release the film, but because of a ton of backlash and outrage online, they finally sold it off to a different company that is now going to release the film. I just hope all these people that were so vocal about it actually go out and see this thing in theaters like I will be doing. At number 3, which honestly could be the best movie on this entire list easily, but I have Toy Story 5 because yes, this franchise is definitely being milked at this point. You've had multiple perfect ending points already. We do not need to keep the story going, but at the same time, every time they do keep making a new sequel, it is still another great movie. It's an incredibly consistent franchise all throughout, and this one tackling kind of the iPad kid generation and people like ignoring their toys now, I do feel like has some potential to be a really interesting story. I honestly feel like this should just be the true end of this franchise, give us a definitive ending, but I'm sure that's not going to happen. At number 2, I have the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I used to play this game a ton on the Wii, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't even like absolutely love the first Super Mario Bros. Movie. I thought it was a good, fun enough time, but I feel like this one has so much potential to improve on the first one in so many ways, just with the entire concept of Super Mario Galaxy, all these different planets is just so cool anyways. Like I said, I love the game. You got some great new characters like Bowser Jr. and Rosalina joining the cast with some great voice actors behind them. Hopefully this is going to be an absolutely amazing film. But at number 1, I gotta go with the new animated Avatar movie, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender. If you don't know, this is going to be following Aang and the gang as they're all grown up. And yes, this placement is pretty much only because of my nostalgia and love for the original Avatar, The Last Airbender show. There's going to be a lot of different voice actors and people in this movie. It's not going to be the same at all, but if it can capture like 30% of the magic of the original series, it's going to be great. Now, if you want to see my ranking of every upcoming DC movie, click the video at the top of the screen, or if you want to see me predict which 2026 movies will make $1 billion, click the video at the bottom, and thank you so much for watching.